Hi, my name's Owen and this is 10 questions to ask yourself. I found these inspirational, motivational questions online and I thought it'd be a fun idea to make a video of me answering them, and perhaps you guys can also answer them while watching the video. So without any time to waste, let's get straight into the questions. Question number 1. What life lessons are you learning right now? Hard work pays off, hopefully. I've just done a big batch of exams and I've got all those out of the way and I worked very hard for them. I revised many hours a day for them, so hopefully hard work pays off. That's the life lesson I've learned recently. Question number 2. Are you holding on to something that you should be letting go of? I don't think so. I'm about to embark on one of the biggest changes in my life to date, and that's going to university in September. And I don't think I'm holding on to anything really. But I do look forward to university. It's going to be different, that's for sure. And hopefully it should be fun. Question number 3. Have you done anything lately worth remembering? Yes, my hiking expedition. It was fantastic. Just like last year, it was so much fun. The people were so awesome and I had such a good time. Actually, this year I made an entire series out of it, which I'll link to at the end of the video. So much fun. Absolutely great trip. Definitely worth remembering. Question number 4. If you had to teach something, what would you teach? I teach compassion because there's not enough of it out there. I don't think there ever could be too much compassion in the world, so compassion is what I teach. Not history or science or geography. I teach compassion. Question number 5. What makes you smile? Entertaining other people, making other people happy, that's what makes me happy. I personally believe that the meaning of life is to enjoy it, and if I can spend my life striving to make other people's lives happier, then I think that's a life well spent. Question number 6. If you were to die tomorrow, what would be your biggest regret? The word regret intrigues me. What intrigues me more though is people's distaste for the feeling. If you live a life with no regrets, you've been denied the opportunities to make a mistake, learn how to come back from that mistake, and most importantly, understand how to live your life better in the future because of that mistake. Does that make sense? Regret is as an important and beneficial emotion as satisfaction. We spend our lives in the pursuit of happiness, and without the existence of regret, we wouldn't know what satisfaction and fulfillment really were. In the same way that we can't experience joy or happiness without also experiencing misery and sadness. Regrets? I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. The man nailed it. Back in 1969, Frank Sinatra sang about the final curtain. And I think him and the songwriter really understood the importance of regrets. A life with a few regrets is a life well spent. No one is perfect or lives their lives perfectly, so regrets are inevitable. And that's perfectly okay as long as you learn from them. It is up to you to recognize the power of regret and to harness it for the betterment of yourself. Don't allow your regrets to be wasted. So I propose we alter a few kind of inspirational posters that you find on things like Tumblr. So there's the saying, life's too short to wake up with regrets. I think that should be changed to, life's too short to wake up with wasted regrets. I think that's more appropriate. I'm not gonna lie, I've had a few regrets in my life, but every decision I've made and every moment of sadness or happiness I've had has led me to where I am now. And I'm happy where I am now. So I wouldn't change anything. That's the best thing about regrets. As long as you learn from them and don't waste them, they can become so beneficial to you. Okay, question number 7. At what time in your past have you felt most passionate and alive? That's quite an easy one for me. Back in October of last year, I kind of hosted and organised this live show at my school. I've spoken quite a bit about the show on this channel. I've also uploaded a bunch of footage from it, but that night, hosting and organising that show and hearing people laugh to something I've created and being on stage and just getting the reaction from the crowd and entertaining them, for me, there's no other feeling like it. It was an incredible evening, and I hope it's not long again before I do some kind of a live show because it was incredible. It was so much fun. I loved it. Question number 8. What would you say is one thing that you'd like to change in the world? I'd like to change how people treat each other. Don't get me wrong, there are literally billions of people that treat each other well all the time. But if we could just raise the average level of respect and fondness for each other, then that would be great. One of my personal heroes, Aaron Sorkin, believes that more and more we expect less and less from each other, and that's got to change. And I agree with him 100%. I think things like humility and compassion and kindness and love are the greatest things in this world. So I think the more of that kind of stuff, the better. Question number 9. If your life was a movie, what would be the title? That's interesting. Okay, ready for takeoff. So, on the literal level, I do a lot of travelling, and because I live in England, a lot of that travelling is air travel. So, I do a lot of flying, and you take off in a plane. So, that's on the literal level for ready for takeoff. And on a more metaphorical level, I've been blessed with an incredible childhood, and I'm now ready to take off and to move on. To get out there and do something with my life and put some good back into the world. And finally, question number 10. What does success mean to you? Success for me means happiness, right? I mean, tell me I'm wrong, but for me, I feel successful when I'm happy. As I just mentioned, my goal in life is to spread happiness, so if I can do that, then I'd consider myself successful. I mean, yeah, I think success equals happiness for me. It's as easy as that. Well, there you go. That concludes 10 questions to ask yourself. If you feel up to it, I'd love to hear some of your answers in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll be back soon with another video, but until then, a goodbye.